Hey, good morning, John. Quick demo video for you for your Flagship. This is installed with a Nano Biscotte V4. You sent me the full board and keystone combo, so there's no chassis in this guy because it takes up the entire space holding those two things. This is a one-button setup, so we've got your activation button right here. You did not send me the shrouds, so I don't have the shrouds. But I did take your pins out of there. I had the same kind of 7-pin setup. So I put my own in there, put a neopixel or PCB holder in there to hold those in place. That's all secured down. That's secured down with this guy right here. And then this is your blade retention. So if we open this up real quick, what you want to do is you can open it up freely. But when you get it open, you're going to want to grab a hold of this guy because the speaker that you had or that you have in the back here that you sent me gets a little tight around the threads right here. So you just want to make sure that you grab this in your hand while you're pulling the speaker past the threads, and then also too when you're putting the handle back on and you're pushing the threads past the speaker. But other than that, it slides very freely. So I took off all of the soldering job that you had here, cut down these wires, I resoldered them, took out your switch mechanism here, and took the wires off. I resoldered those as well and just kind of cleaned everything up. So this is set up for neopixel. We're gonna throw a battery in it. This is a little bit different than what I'm used to. I've not been in the Saber game very long, so my very first install was a Nano Biscotte V4, but not this kind. Same thing, but just a little change of pace for me, which is good. So, actually to talk a little bit about the problems we had, I had thought that you were missing a resistor right up here, but that's not the case. On a neopixel, when it's set up for neopixel, these two pads need to have the solder removed and separated, and then the data line does not go on channel 3, it gets moved all the way down. So thanks to Albert Flores for helping me out this morning with that, because I got a little confused and had to reach out to my guys over at Smugglers. So now we got the battery in, we're gonna take this handle. Remember, hold on to the chassis and get it past the threads, and then it's nice and free. I did tuck in your wires under here, just coiled them nice and neatly. That way I could slide this guy on, screw the handle on. I was going to print an extra part for this because I didn't want your speaker drum hitting the pommel cap, but when I took this off to check that, the pommel cap is a little bit smaller in diameter than what you've got going on here, so it actually just holds the outside diameter of the speaker and it doesn't touch the drum, so you don't get distorted sound that way. So you were good to go there. I didn't need to do anything. So we'll throw this pommel cap back on. Turn it on. So I got a 1-inch test blade here. We'll throw it in. This does take a 1-inch diameter blade. I'll lock in my set screw for blade retention, and then activation. Working very nice. So you got nice shine through there. This is a cheap test blade that I threw together. So it's not well made, right? It was made for the sole purpose of testing sabers. So I was long on my wires here. So where you see it's kind of dim right here, it's because I had long wire connections to my PCB. If you bought a blade from somewhere else, those wires are probably going to be real short right there. So your shine through is going to be better than what my cheap blade is showing. Anyway, as you can see, it's working good. So we hold that power button down when the blade is off to switch between light meat and dark meat sound fonts. So this is your light meat, and what we had before is the dark meat. Flash on flash. So everything's working good there, sir. I will get this out in the mail to you today. Thanks.